In this video, we are going to discuss the best practices for HTML security to help you prevent common security issues in HTML applications. We will cover topics like secure coding, attack prevention, and vulnerability mitigation. Let's explore some of the common HTML security threats that you should be aware of. These threats can be broadly categorized into client-side and server-side vulnerabilities. Under client-side vulnerabilities, we have cross-site scripting, also known as XSS Attacks, Cross-Site Request Forgery, also known as CSRF, client-side data validation bypasses, document object model or DOM-based vulnerabilities, and insecure use of local storage or session storage. Moving on to server-side vulnerabilities, we have insecure file uploads. Server-side includes injection, also known as SSI injection, HTML injection leading to phishing, insecure HTTP headers, and sensitive data exposure in HTML comments. Cross-site scripting, also known as XSS, is the most common HTML security vulnerability. XSS attacks occur when an attacker injects malicious scripts into web pages viewed by other users. These scripts can steal session cookies, redirect users to malicious sites, perform actions on behalf of the user, or modify the page content. Here's an example of vulnerable code: a simple HTML snippet that displays a user's input directly within a division tag. The attacker can input a script tag that fetches user data from the API and sends it to an external site. This way, the attacker will be able to steal user data. Let's talk about how to prevent XSS attacks. Here, we are going to discuss about output encoding and content security policy. On the left, we have an example of vulnerable code where user input is directly inserted into the HTML without encoding. On the right, we have the secure code where the user input is HTML encoded to prevent the execution of any malicious scripts. Additionally, a content security policy is added to the meta tag to further restrict the sources from which content can be loaded. Now let's discuss cross-site request forgery, also known as CSRF. CSRF attacks trick users into submitting unwanted requests to websites where they are authenticated. To prevent CSRF attacks, use anti-CSRF tokens in all forms, implement the same site cookie attribute, verify request origins with headers, and use post for state-changing operations. Here's how you can implement CSRF protection. A secure form includes a hidden input field with a CSRF token. The server-side code validates this token against the session's CSRF token. If they don't match, an error is returned, preventing the unauthorized request. Let's strengthen your application security posture with secure HTML headers and attributes. Discussing security headers first, we have content security policy to restrict resource loading, X content type options with the no sniff option to prevent multipurpose internet mail extensions, also known as MIME type sniffing, X frame options with the deny option to prevent clickjacking, strict transport security to enforce hypertext transfer protocol secure, also known as HTTPS, XSS protection with one mode block to enable the browser's XSS filter, and refer policy with the no refer when downgrade option to control refer information. Moving on to secure HTML attributes, we have integrity to verify sub-resource integrity, cross-origin to control cross-origin resource sharing requests, rel equals no opener no refer to secure external links, autocomplete equals off to prevent sensitive data storage, sandbox to restrict iframe capabilities, and same site to control cookie transmission. Content security policy, also known as CSP, is a powerful security feature that helps prevent XSS and data injection attacks by controlling which resources can be loaded. It restricts which scripts, styles, and other resources can run, blocks inline scripts by default, and can be implemented via an HTTP header or a meta tag. It also supports report-only mode for testing. Here's how to implement a content security policy. You can set a CSP using an HTTP header or a meta tag in your HTML. This example shows how to allow content from the same origin, trusted content delivery network, trusted styles, trusted images, and a specific API domain, while blocking content from all other sources. Now let's delve into secure file uploads. On the left, we have an example of a vulnerable upload implementation. The form allows any file type to be uploaded and saves it with the original file name. On the right, we have a secure upload implementation. The form restricts the allowed file types to images and portable document format, also known as PDF files, and the server generates a random file name before saving it. Let's take a look into client-side storage security. Under Cookie Security, set the HTTP-only flag to prevent JavaScript access. Use the secure flag to ensure Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure, also known as HTTPS-only transmission. Implement same site equals strict to prevent cross-site request forgery. Set appropriate expires or maximum age values. Use the host prefix for enhanced security, and minimize sensitive data in cookies. Under Web Storage Security, never store sensitive data in local storage. Prefer session storage for temporary data. Encrypt sensitive data before storage. Validate data when retrieved from storage. Clear storage when a user logs out. And be aware of storage quotas and limitations. Here's a quick recap of the key takeaways for secure HTML applications. First, implement proper output encoding for all user-generated content. Second, use content security policy to restrict resource loading. Third, protect forms with cross-site request forgery, also known as CSRF tokens, and proper validation. Fourth, configure secure cookies with HTTP-only secure and same-site flags. Fifth, implement security headers to enhance protection. Sixth, validate and sanitize file uploads on both the client and the server. Seventh, use Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure, also known as HTTPS, for all web applications. Finally, regularly audit and update security practices. Remember, security is a process, not a product. Thank you. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.